Yeah, that's 80. Let's see, any jewelry build.
How's it going, everyone? Tim here, Tier 2 Adventures. Hope everyone's all well there. As always, thanks for tuning in. Well, 2022 Little Rock City Scale Nationals is in the books. And from start to finish, from the concourse to the courses closing and finals on Sunday, I had an absolute blast. Everything from, again, seeing all the concourse, all the driving, judging, helping out, everything there. Seeing all these incredible trucks, all these builds, all these great people, and beyond top tier drivers was just awesome to just even be there, let alone able to actually compete across the classes. So again, everyone that I met there, hung out with, talked, thank you all. It was an absolute pleasure meeting everybody that I have and made tons of new friends. And it was also just really awesome to finally put trucks to faces. You know, we see these trucks online and all the stuff all the time. We know people by their trucks. Now, someone that's, you know, getting into these bigger events like myself, it's nice to actually meet someone and put a face to that truck and stuff like that. So again, it was an absolute pleasure meeting everyone I did there. Super cool again, meeting new faces, but also seeing a lot of my teammates, so people that I see on some semi-regular basis. You know, I had lots of In the Works teammates there, lots of Super Shafty teammates there. We even had a Super Shafty team dinner, which was super awesome to just sit down and meet and talk with everybody. Three Brothers RC drivers and teammates there. Even Tom Asher was there, so I can hang out with him for the event. It was an absolute blast to finally meet Tom and the mind behind Three Brothers. And then, of course, Gabriel was there with all the G-Speed guys from California and several other G-Speed teammates as well. Hung out with them quite a bit. Those guys, Gabriel and that crew, put on some incredible driving. Unfortunately, I did not drive near as good as they did, but I had a blast nonetheless, and they were just getting after it. So everyone that was there, congrats, you guys drove absolutely amazing. So kind of getting national started. It started on Thursday, which was afternoon, was the concourse and the tech. And so we got into Alabama, Gadsden about 3 o'clock. 13-hour drive, long drive, but it was good. No crazy weather, no cops, no wrecks. Everyone was there safe and sound. We were really good to go. Got the trucks, headed up there. So into the concourse, got to just check out all these builds, everything out, all the tables full of stuff, and got all the trucks teched in. And tech went really well. Class 1 and 2 teched in just fine. Class 3, I did have an issue with my sliders. I misread how the sliders attached, and I didn't bring anything with me, and I didn't feel like making new sliders and messing with that at the event. I was like, I had already spent that much time building up to that point. I'm just driving it. Take my 3 points away, and we'll call it good. Other than that, tech went great, getting all of our driver's bags and everything underway, and then also getting the judging schedule for the event, because I did judge class 1, 2, and 3 in shifts throughout the weekend, and then on to the next 3 days of driving. Overall, how class 1, 2, and 3 went, I'm very, very happy with my individual performance and my driving. Said I mentioned in my other videos, I didn't have any super high expectations. I just wanted to get there, take in the entire experience, because there was just so much to take in during that event. And, you know, drive as good as I can, you know, work on some things, see where my weak points are. This is my first time at Nationals, first time in this area. It's by far the biggest event that I have made it to thus far. I was able to stay negative at the end of each day. Class 1, 2, and 3, I was able to finish negative. Class 1, I finished 62nd out of 107 drivers. Class 2, I finished 62nd again out of about 126 drivers. And then class 3, I finished 22nd out of 66 drivers. So class 1 and 2 right there about the middle of the pack, and then class 3 kind of a little bit in that upper half. So again, super happy. My first time there, my goal there was to finish as many courses as I can, have fun, and learn. As far as the actual trucks and how they were at Nationals, I was very happy with the builds. There wasn't any part of the builds that I necessarily felt hindered me in any way or anything like that. They, again, pulled very impressive lines there. Now, I'd already had stuff planned for after Nationals. I'd already had parts coming, already had bodies picked out, stuff like that, just to get the ball rolling a little faster after Nationals. Wasn't necessarily that the changes I'm doing are because of Nationals. It's just stuff I already had planned. It was stuff I wanted to try on, you know, change the stuff up, try different axles, try different tires, stuff like that. So future videos, that was stuff that was already going to be happening. But with doing some of these new builds and changes, we are putting in some of the stuff that I learned during my 4 days there. Any tips and tricks anyone shared with me, it's all going to use. Nonetheless, still had an absolute blast. I said, I didn't have any, I've mentioned in my videos, I didn't have any super high expectations for high performance nationals. My goal for myself was finish as many courses as I could. Drive as good as I can while I'm on that course. And when it's done, it's done. I don't need to just sit back, laying around it, kind of get down. I finished the course, whether I finished or didn't finish, on to the next course. Next course, let's own that next course. So class 1, as far as courses, I finished 2 of the 4 courses, pointed out and DNF'd on the other 2. So 2 of 4, but I still stayed negative. So I had some pretty strong runs in those first 2. So Saturday came around for class 2. I told myself that morning, I was like, class 2, we are finishing all 4 courses today. Regardless of my score, I am finishing all 4 courses today. And I did. I finished all 4 courses and managed to stay negative. So that was just a plus. I did finish. I stayed negative. I'm very, very happy with that. Those were some wild courses. They were an absolute blast. Every single course was just fun. Every course had its fun element. There were certain gates you're like, God, that was a fun gate. That was a great climb. Then moving on to Sunday, despite how cold Friday and Saturday were, Sunday I judged the first part in the morning. So when I was done by about 9 a.m., I was already in my t-shirt and sweating. And I think it got like 75 degrees. Just an absolute beautiful day to end the whole event on. So I finished up my morning judging and then we moved on. I was like, all right, let's get these courses. So I knocked out the first 3 courses and had pretty solid runs. I was very, very happy with them. Then moved on to the final course. I ended on course 3. And it is not in the video I posted. Like I mentioned in the beginning of that video, there wasn't enough footage really to make it worth putting in there. I made it past gate 5, onto gate 6 before the truck stopped moving. I think I'd started to break a gear in the previous course and just said, you know what, 1 course left, let's finish it. I was wrong. Those first few gates for me were pretty gnarly and time consuming. I just made a few mental errors very early on in the course, and then I was just trying to force the truck through, broke some diff gears, and then towards the end there, the truck was it was done. So I DNF'd the last course. But if I were to pick a course to DNF, it would have been course 3. I'm happy with. I believe it was 80% of the field DNF course 3. So I don't feel bad about DNFing that one at all. It was a super fun course. Gates I made it through were fun. And then, always afterwards, you look at a course like, that was a better line. I probably should have taken that line. And that's just stuff I learned from just doing more of these events and stuff like that. So ready for Nationals 2023, ready to rock and roll. I am ready for that because this was just an absolute blast. Again, everyone that I met there, thank you very much for hanging out, chit-chatting, everything. Everyone else that was judging, it was an absolute blast hanging out there when we had some great talks. We watched tons of great drivers and everything like that. I do have class 1 video. I just got to make it public. And a fair warning, Friday, that class 1 day we were going, we hollered at the wife and said, hey, record some runs. So she did. She just recorded the runs. I just didn't tell her to make sure it was landscape. So she recorded portrait mode, which is fine. Video is video. I'll put it on there. So if you don't like it, you don't have to watch it. Not a problem at all. I understand some people just do not like to watch portrait. I am one of them, but it was the only video we got of class 1. Class 2, I actually myself have 0 video or even pictures of class 2. I told myself class 2, I wanted to finish all courses. So that was my primary focus. I'm at nationals, I'm competing. So my focus was the event. Is what I drove 13 hours for, was to drive and compete. I know there are some people that do have my runs. So across the channels, my truck is on several of them in certain spots of the video. So there's plenty of videos out there from everyone. Harley, Scale Builders Guild, Exocage RC, Deadhead RC, bunch of super cool guys there. Had a blast hanging out with them. William Riddle has a channel as well. He has footage of the runs. Steady Spin has footage he's been uploading too. So again, tons of video out there across the course and stuff like that. Video became beyond second nature. I was focused class 2 on the event, on competing. And also we got split up. Our group got split up pretty good. Saturday was super cold. It was snowing during my first run of the day in class 2. So the wife dislikes the cold with a passion. So she stayed and relaxed in the hotel. She's like, this is a vacation. I'm going to take a day and relax. I was like, relax, hang out all day, do whatever you want to do. So it was just me, Jake, and my sister. And I was already scheduled to judge mid part of the day. Now with class 2 having so many people, they asked for a couple extra people to help judge. Jake volunteered. So Jake judged morning, I judged mid, and then he judged late afternoon as well. So the two of us we're each other's spotter. We've been practicing for months as each other's spotter. So we got split up. So instead of being 3 of us, driver, spotter, and a camera person, it was just driver and a spotter. He judged morning, I knocked out 2 courses, then I went to judge, he knocked out a course or 2, then he went back to judging, and then I was off, finished my last courses, and getting my sister through the courses, because being a judge, I wasn't in super hurry because I could jump if I needed, and judges had an extra hour after the courses closed to get our runs in. But unlike us that had that privilege, my sister did not. So my focus was to get her through the courses. She still needed to get through her courses for class 2. So we got her through all the courses and we were good to go. Do have and loaded the video for the class 3 runs. Again, 3 of the 4 because there wasn't enough footage of that one worth anything. And hopefully here soon, honestly, we should probably start seeing hints or locations for nationals next year. Generally, it's been flipping back and forth, East Coast, West Coast, but it seems like I am one of them as well. There seems to be some good push for something Midwest related. And I will throw a vote for Disney, Oklahoma would be a prime spot personally. 1, it's a short drive. But 2, the terrain, the area is beyond big enough for a national size event, and the terrain is amazing. So it'd be cool just to kind of have something in the Midwest. But no matter where it's at, we will be there again for 2023 Nationals. We'll be back at this again in a year. I'm ready to rock and roll with new knowledge, new builds, more driving experience, and hopefully you just keep building. Keep building on what I did from this year and just keep going. In the meantime, class 1 run video should go live shortly after this one. As well, I'm going to start knocking out some of the update videos that I have already started working on some of the trucks. Also, this Thursday, tune in for a live stream. I do have a G10 V3 chassis and a laydown servo mount that Gabriel gave me while I was at Nationals. Said go ahead and give this away on the channel. So we're going to give it away on the live stream. Think probably have to think of some like trivia question or something. So any ideas for questions, maybe throw them down there. We'll see. Maybe give me some good ideas, but we will give that away on the live stream Thursday night. Hope you enjoyed the video. More to come soon, working on some update videos and just getting back to some relaxing crawling. As always, thanks for tuning in, hanging out. As always, much, much appreciated. Thank you all very much. And everyone I met at Nationals, thank you very much. It was an absolute pleasure meeting everybody. So until next time, everyone have a great one and crawl on.